In this video, we are going to discuss the third step in the database design process, which is normalizing the tables. Now, the goals of normalizing the table is to reduce the space required by eliminating any duplicate data. We can reduce inconsistent data by only having that data in there once, and we reduce any insertion, deletion, or update anomalies. Any problems with putting the data in. A deletion anomaly is when a user deletes data from a database. They can unintentionally delete the only copy of that data. So we want to normalize it so that we have that data to keep it from getting completely deleted out of the database. An update anomaly is when we have data repeated or in there more than once, and we fail to update all instances of that data. So here we changed the name in this place, but we forgot to change that name in this other place. And so that's why we normalize data. And an insertion anomaly is because there's an anomaly that we can't insert data into one table because the data is not present in another. When we are normalizing, we look for different types of dependencies. A functional dependency means that a column in a table is considered functionally dependent on that if its value depends upon the other. For instance, a customer name is dependent upon the customer ID. A different customer ID would have a different customer name. We have composite primary keys in some tables where the primary key to uniquely identify the record is we get two primary keys, such as a customer ID and a class ID. A partial dependency is when a field in that table is dependent on only part of the primary key, such as the class name is only dependent upon the class ID and not the student ID. A determinant is just opposite of a functional dependency. A determinant is the field that determines another. So the customer ID determines the customer name. A natural key is a primary key that can be derived from a natural part of the data, such as an order number. That could be a unique identifier. It uniquely identifies that order. An artificial key is a field whose sole purpose is put in there to identify a record, such as maybe a user ID or an employee ID. That employee is given that ID number to uniquely identify them. It's usually visible to users. A surrogate key is a computer-generated primary key that users don't see. And that is normalizing databases.